What's up, boat gang? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me out here today. A little overcast, which is unusual for Southern California. Got a lot of birds out here today, a couple turtles, and they're going down, which is cool. They didn't used to do that, but I think that they're starting to learn. Last summer when this whole shoreline was full of them, they wouldn't go down, like no matter what. And so I think after the brumation, now that they're all back, they're starting to learn. Like, even when I start walking, they all run and duck. So they go back in the water. That's good for me. That's good for them. That's good for my Chris Hoffman props. Speaking of props, we got Geico props on today. So these are roughly 17-16 equivalents. I think you guys probably know the routine on that. Look at all the turtles. They're all going down. Come on. And GPS is in the boat. So I think we might as well start this thing off with a full throttle rip across the whole lake and send a message to all the turtles and all the birds. What's going on? Oh, okay. The hop's back. The hop's back. We got to get through that. And she's pretty, though. It's a good looking boat on the water. Nice streams of water out of the sides. Beautiful rooster tails. Let's see if I can actually get on it fully here. She's a little squirrely, a little bit of hop. You can see it kind of drove through the hop. But little scary. I moved the CG back maybe like 1/4 of an inch. So I definitely want to move that back forward. That was a good pass. Maybe we get one more just to let it fully wrap out for good measure. Oh God. Yeah, she's lifting that front end. Wow, a little scary. Yeah, that was a wheelie. That was a wheelie. Holy smokes. Okay, let's get the speed. I'm gonna guess mid-70s, and we gotta calm it down somehow. So I'm not sure. Probably move the batteries a hair. But let's check the speed real quick. Well, that was 76, so we're back there, and fast as heck. And so now I need to check for ride attitude and I need to check for temperature. So I'm going to run some laps here, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 laps, and just see if I can drive it through that hop to get it. I need to get it to settle a little bit better. Holy smokes, that might have been faster. Good grief. But you see how, like, it's so interesting because once that hop starts, it doesn't want to settle, right? But you notice if I carried enough speed through the turn, I could get it to settle down. But that was a nice long pass. I'm going to see if that was any faster. And then from here, I just want to get some heat in the boat. I want to get some heat in it so I can check the temperatures. And then I will, if I have the headroom, I'll adjust the CG accordingly to kind of, because that hop's weird. Once it starts, it doesn't go away. But then if I get it settled, it rips. So cool. Let's see. Okay, back-to-back 76-mile-an-hour runs. Let's do some nice open laps. I got one more set of packs to run through it. I'm going to run it, maybe 7/10, 8/10, just big loops. Trying to get that hop dialed out here. Here we go. Yeah, little lift at the front end. A little bit of lift up front. Good God. Wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, wow. Okay, so that was pretty cool. So you can see with this tune, you just got to drive the thing. Really, like it, you know, if you can not let it get hoppy, it does pretty good. I think I'll move. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. Guy just screamed. There's some guys up on the hill up there doing construction. He just screamed. Sounded like some kind of accident. I hope not. Hope you're okay, buddy. Anyway, so you can see that it's like right on the edge where if you drive the boat, kind of feather it a little bit, as long as you can keep it on the back pads and keep it from doing that, it actually runs really, really good. I just didn't want to move the CG up because I was having some heat issues. And usually if you've got heat, you want to give the boat whatever chance. Oh, son of a gun. Holy smokes, you guys. I just realized there's water in the boat. And I just realized I didn't tape the mother trucker. So, holy smokes. So the boat's full of water. Wow, son of a biscuit. Son of a bullfrog. My GNSS and everything. This is not good. I'll check temperatures. God bless it. I'll check temperatures, which should be fine. Right now that everything was cooled off, but really do want to check that. I didn't want my GPS 104, 105, 109 was the hottest, 74, 80, 85, 87, 89. Okay. Yeah, I got to get all this freaking water out of the boat, you guys. I'm such a dummy. Well, you see what happens? I mean, that's karma right there, right? I was laughing at the guy up on the hill that screamed and then swamped my whole boat, of course. So that's not ideal. Good news is it likes this setup. So the setup was a little loose. You saw it kind of moving around a little bit, wiggling around. And so the setup's a little bit loose. So I will move the batteries forward a hair. You know, typically if I'm having heat issues, I will keep the CG back just because it takes some of the load off of everything. And so I can be a little more cautious with that. These are CNHL. I really, you know, the boats are waterproof, so it's not the biggest deal if you swamp them, especially because it's, you know, it's fresh water, so whatever. The problem I have is that motors, right? When you get a bunch of water in motors, they tend to, you know, the bearings and stuff need to be kind of re-lubed, and these motors are sealed. These Proboat motors are sealed. They're nothing special. They're just like 2000 kV 3682s, but they're not really rebuildable. And I think that they're completely sealed, which means that bearing jobs on them aren't easy. And so kind of unfortunate. I hope they didn't get a bunch of water in them. But wow, I should really be quite thankful that I didn't flip the boat, because I was kind of pushing it hard there like a real dummy, and that could have gone a lot worse, because I don't think I've actually ever done that, you guys. That was a first. I was so excited to get the camera rolling and so excited to get this thing out. So I'm gonna check everything out. Temps were all good. Nothing was even warm. I did move the batteries forward just a hair. I'm going to actually tape it up this time. We'll seal it up, and I'll be right back. Yeah, well, I should have known something was funky, because I noticed the front end of this boat in the middle of the tunnel is really low. And I noticed it was like digging in the water when I was getting on plane, which it's never done before. So I should have known that the boat was freaking full of water. And so I'll have to dry it out, put it in front of a fan. And the biggest thing, though, is that GNSS. Because I'll tell you what, those things, if you just look at them sideways, they stop working. I think I've gone through 3 or 4 of them, and they do not like water. And I even bought a very cool, cute little case for it that's waterproof. And that thing sits at home on my workbench, doing me no good. So hopefully that thing is still good. I moved the batteries forward about maybe 1/4 of an inch, and keep in mind, just because I moved the batteries forward 1/4 of an inch doesn't necessarily mean I moved my CG forward that much. That's just when I say that, so you guys know, I'm just speaking about the batteries. But boat's running good. Electronics are really cool, which is so awesome. Super cool, especially at 76 miles an hour. You just notice it's a driver's boat, right? So whereas before you could kind of, now you got to keep it on that back pad. And so just going to run some laps, just going to have some fun and try and, I don't see any turtles. I'm going to keep it on wide angle just because the thing is so dang fast. There's one down there. I'll go slow around him. Great water cooling on this boat. Super happy with the temps. Turtle right here. Come on, buddy. Down you go. Is that a stick? Oh, just a bug or something on top. All right, let go. Let go, boys. Just gonna kind of ease into it, run some nice open laps. You see that hop at the front. Doesn't really like cruising at half throttle. It likes to be there's probably, I don't know, 60% throttle. Gee, many crickets. Good God. This thing is so angry. It's so angry and aggressive, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, we're picking up the front end. I can literally see it start to wheelie. And that's why the boat's so happy. That's why the temperatures are good. Oh, dude, you can literally see this thing lifting the front end, trying to do a wheelie. That is nuts. Wow. What the heck was that? I think I hit a wake. I looked away for a split second, so I don't actually know, but I'll know when I see the rudder. Wow. This thing is just psychotic, you guys. I mean, it's always been fast, but now that I've got it loosened up a little bit, it's really kind of a different experience. Okay, we just hit a wake there. We'll get a couple more laps in. Check the temps, go home, dry everything off. Wow, it just rides. It's almost like it's riding just on the back 2 ride pads. Yeah, I'm just kind of feathering it. This thing's could use probably a little more CG or a little bit negative on the strut. Good God. All right, so that one of the sponsons lifted. You could hear one of the props unload there. Wow. So the one thing that's cool is now that we've got the boat riding, now that the boat's riding further back on the, now that the boat's riding a little bit further back, we're getting less hook steer, right? Because now we're keeping it back on the back sponsons. The front is not digging in. So I added just a hair of travel just to give us a little more steering. And the boat seems to really like it. Temps are good. Everything's pretty honky-dory here. I get about 2 more laps in, and then we'll call it good. God, this thing is so aggressive and violent. I love this thing. A little light up in the front, but it settles and it likes it. Man, look at the way it's nailing turns. Epic. So you notice if I lose too much speed, it'll want to do that hook oversteer a little bit. And but yeah, I think we're never know when you're gonna get some smoke with these bad girls. So let's keep the camera rolling just in case. 76 mile an hour setup, fast as hell, and with any luck. You know, the other thing too is since this boat had the Raider 150 smoke in it, little smoke. Okay, you guys saw that. That was a little smoke. So let's take a deep dive. 105 on the motor, 108, 91, ESC 71. Okay, how is that possible? That can't be possible. I don't think I'm using this thing right. 83, 107, 105. Yeah, it's this right stuffing tube. I don't think this temp gauge is working right, to be honest with you. There's no way that's accurate. 88. Oh. Yeah, so it's the right stuffing tube that's getting hot and steaming. Some of the grease is steaming off, I think. And I think that's because when this boat makes right-hand turns, right? Because it's cutting really hard turns. I'm pretty sure that it's cutting them so hard that the right side is getting a lot more loaded up. That feels a lot hotter than whatever my temp gauge is saying. I actually don't believe this at all. 75. Yeah, there's no way. What the hell? 70. It's reading the motor right. 90 degrees. I don't know. 95. Okay, there's 95. Yeah, so whatever. A little bit of smoke. Pretty sure it's from that right side stuffing tube just loading up from the right-hand turns. Not sure if there's anything I'll be able to do about that. Hopefully the GPS is good, you guys. I would hate to lose another one of those, but batteries are good. Everything's good. A little bit of water, a little bit of heat on this side of the stuffing tube. Probably, my guess is, by the time I get through a second set of batteries on this boat, I've probably burned through whatever grease was on the cable. So my guess is we're getting some heat in the cable on that side. And wow, it looks like even more water back here, which is kind of weird. But anyway, just want to do a little recap for you guys. I'll leave the towel in here, dry everything out, put a little bearing oil on the motors, and should be good. But it's a lot of fun, man. Fast boat, sketchy boat, and cool. Later, guys.